Harris, 6 feet 3 inches tall. Both fighters above their normal weight. 163 for Harris, 164 for Jones. Punch stat numbers, Larry.
Well, let's take a look at these numbers, but I'm not sure exactly what they mean. Jones in particular, most of his opponents haven't been much better than the amateurs he fought when he was one of the world's best amateurs. Harris is one of those fighters with a lot of potential. He has fought actually a better class of fighter than Jones.
Rules of the bout by our unofficial ringside score. Oh, jabs first. Excuse me, Larry.
All right, Harris, as you can see, being tall as he is, depends on the jab. If he can make that weapon work, he can give Jones a good contest.
All right, let's get to the rules of the bout. I was rushing us along here. Harold?
Roy Jones and Percy Harris will fight tonight using the rules of the New Jersey State Athletic Commission. 3 judges will score the fight on a 10-point must system. The standing 8 count is in effect. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And, Jim, very important, we go to the scorecards after half the number of rounds have been completed. So we go to the scorecards after 6 rounds on an accidental butt. Before that, it's a technical draw.
Right now, let's go up to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the pre-fight introduction.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Trump Taj Mahal Casino Resort here on the famous boardwalk in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where tonight Top Rank Incorporated, in association with the undisputed, undefeated King of Beer, Budweiser, presents a boxing triple header for your entertainment. Let's get things started with the first bout. Ladies and gentlemen, sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board and the World Boxing Council. The scoring will be done by 3 judges on a 10-point must system. The judges are John Potteray, John Riley, and Al DeVito. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of all the action is referee Tony Orlando. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant WBC Continental America's title. In the super middleweight division, introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the blue trunks with white trim, weighing in at 163 pounds. He's from Pikesville, Maryland, ranked number 7 in the world by the International Boxing Federation with a professional record of 15-3, 9 KOs. Ladies and gentlemen, Percy No Mercy Harris. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with black trim and weighing in at an even 164 pounds. This 1988 Olympic silver medalist is undefeated as a professional with a record of 19-0, 18 KOs, ranked number 2 in the world, introducing Roy Jones Jr.
Okay, gentlemen, you received your instructions prior to coming to the ring. Therefore, I expect a clean, professional fight. Is that clearly understood? Okay, touch scores, go back to your opponent.
Question here, Jim, is whether Jones is going to try to outbox this much taller opponent, or is he going to try to put some hurt on him quick and discombobulate him?
Yo, take the towel down.
Roy Jones indicated yesterday in speaking to us that he would like to box. He has gotten impatient in some of his earlier bouts when trying to get people out of there with punching power. Round 1 begins, and the excitement at ringside is about Roy Jones stepping into a bigger arena of exposure than has been the case before. He opens with a left hook.
Jim, the one thing I don't like about Percy Harris, and there he's down already. You have to remember that he's only had 1 fight this year. The first looping right hand caught him right on the temple, and down he went.
An almost casually thrown right hand lead by Jones, and Harris appeared never to see it coming. Percy Harris now tries to punch a little bit, starting with the jab. He's been on the floor already as a result of an easy right hand lead. I think Jones might have wobbled him a little bit earlier with the left hook to set up that right hand lead, Gil.
No, I thought he blocked that punch, Jim.
So it's a 1-punch knockdown in effect.
Well, now let's see if Jones goes right hand crazy. A lot of young kids with his experience would start really winging that right hand, which is the wrong thing to do.
Well, he drops the left hand early, that's for sure. Both hands down around the waist now as Jones appears to fear nothing from Harris. But he's still moving and boxing rather than storming in and trying to finish the thing right away.
You can see the quick hand speed of Roy Jones. I mean, he is dangerous.
He has been compared to Ray Leonard for the speed of his combinations. and his ability to throw punches in bunches. Jones going to the body. Percy Harris motioning Jones to come on in, saying, "Bring it to me. I don't fear what you've got," but Harris is in serious trouble again. And Jones, aping Ray Leonard, throws his gloves in the air before trying to pound Harris back to the canvas. Still a minute and 10 to go in the round. Plenty of time if Roy can set up the finish.
Jim, I saw Percy Harris give Lamar Parks all kinds of trouble. And he's a solid puncher. We're really seeing something tonight in Roy Jones.
And we ought to remind everyone that this is the best fighter, really, that Jones has ever fought. It's a step up in class, and he's really proving a point here.
Well, Harris is totally on Queer Street. Now tries to punch his way out of trouble. He hasn't yet tried to grab Jones and wrap him up. And Roy, winging punches now a little bit. Obviously, he's in no danger as Harris can't throw a competent punch.
Harris is lucky he's standing right now. Jim.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Is he on wobbly legs? You think with his experience he'd grab Jones and walk him around the ring to kill the clock. And Jones is looking to land that one big bomb right now.
Harris's corner screaming at him to grab Jones and wrap him up. Harris either doesn't hear them or doesn't understand them. He's going to make it out of round one, however.
Don't be so sure.
Keep in mind that nobody has ever treated Percy Harris quite like this, even if you never heard of Percy Harris. He is a ranked middleweight, the first ranked middleweight that Roy Jones has fought. Gil talked about his hand speed. Just watch this. Against an experienced, tall fighter. Before Harris could even react with anything, the punch was there. This is the second knockdown, and against a very wobbly Harris, looks like one of those sailboats without a rudder, but he did survive.
Jones threw 70 punches in round one and landed 31 of them. Harris landed 2 of 25 attempted blows, and he didn't even try to throw a punch prior to having already been put on the canvas once by Roy Jones.
I don't think Harris threw a punch with bad intentions in the entire round.
Oh, no. But he didn't begin to throw him until he was already loopy, Gil.
And, you know, speaking of loopy, we mentioned that Roy Jones thought that he might have trouble with a taller opponent. So way to fight a taller guy is to loop your punches a little bit, which is exactly what he did through that looping right hand.
So it isn't necessarily bad for Roy to be winging his shots and looping them a little bit tonight.
It's a little dangerous, Jim. If you get caught in the middle of leading with one of those right hands, then you can go yourself. But right now, Harris is not really fighting offensively at all.
Another solid left hook, and again, Harris is lucky to be standing up on stiff legs. Jones is showing some patience here, Gil.
Well, we may be seeing the star of the future.
A right to the body and a left hook. Percy Harris taking a lot of punishment early in the fight. He made it into the 10th round with the very hard punching Lamar Parks.
And he has a win over Thomas Tate, who gave Julian Jackson all he could handle.
Jones slowing down a little bit now, looking to go to the body.
Give Harris credit. Here he is. He's still coming at Jones, Gil.
Certainly is, but he should be coming behind the jab and throwing something, Larry. He has to make Jones respect him. Jones is winging those punches because he can do just about anything he wants in there.
Jones missing with right hands as he tries to set up a finishing blow. Harris pawing with the jab, and Jones just runs to the side to get away from it. Another left hook. That one landed up under the neck.
Again, we mentioned that Harris hasn't had a fight, had one fight in a year. He really got what we call, got caught cold, no question about that. It's like a sprint that starts 100 yards dash and falls down. And a starting blocks.
I think Roy's resting a little bit here, Gil. His punches have lost their sting for the moment.
Well, he's a young guy. He should be in shape to throw those kind of punches as long as it takes.
He's fighting at a weight well above where he's been before. Most of his professional career has been spent at 154 pounds. He only recently moved up to 160, and tonight he's in there at 164. Oh, the left hook landed solidly, and now there's blood coming out of Harris's mouth, and down he goes again. It's the third knockdown of the bout as round 2 comes toward a close.
6, 7, 8. Walk towards me. You okay?
This is true grit against true class.
And Harris began to go to Jones's corner before referee Tony Orlando straightened him out and brought him back to his own people.
And I think they'll take a good look at him between rounds.
Yeah, there's a doctor coming in to take a look at him.
Hold on.
You all right? You gotta keep your hands up, son.
All right, didn't know what cardio was going through.
Tired now.
Let's take your tongue out, okay? All right.
Third knockdown of the fight. That quick left hand. From a right-handed stance, he threw what looked like a right-handed jab and followed it with a left hook.
Set up the left hook with a straight right hand.
When you have hands that fast, you can break all the rules, Gil.
Larry, we mentioned how much talent this kid has, and he's certainly showing it tonight.
Very heavily muscled for a middleweight. He has brought the crowd to its feet. Virtually everybody around the ring is standing up. Now they begin to sit down as the third round begins.
I think one more knockdown, and they're going to have to really take a good, solid look at Percy Harris. You can see Harris's legs are still rubbery. Non-rubbery legs.
Jones missing a series of jabs, not really committing to the punch. Looks like he's looking to land something else. Probably wants to bring the right hand over the top. His eyes are fixed at the middle of Harris's body.
And Harris is really not offering any offensive opposition at all. He's not giving Jones anything to worry about.
Straight right hand landed for Jones, but it was not the kind of crushing power blow that has produced the earlier knockouts, or knockdowns, I should say.
See how quick he is, Larry, threw a right-hand lead, got away with the punch, no counter from Percy Harris. He's just so quick. Not only fast hand speed, fast feet, fast everything.
Well, until Harris gets his bearings, it appears that Jones can get away with just about anything in there. So the third round has brought the activity level way down. Missing the right hand. That one would have finished matters if he'd landed it flush.
Jim, when a guy like Roy Jones fights, don't blink. Just as I was saying, blink. He nailed Harris with that left hook.
And another left hook. And Harris is wobbly on his feet again. Combinations will be the key for Jones. There's the jab and the right cross. There's another left hook. Now he's back to landing every blow.
Threw that left hook to the head, right hand back to the body. Changing up beautifully, doing everything in there. The only thing he really hasn't used too much is a good stiff jab. That has not been necessary ever since that first bomb landed.
Well, when you're landing most of your power shots, you tend to turn a deaf ear to the trainer who says jab. Fast hand. Percy Harris simply not able to get out of the way, even of straight right hand lead.
Jones is winging his punches from down around his waist.
The long left hook was partially blocked. The short one landed. There's another left hook to the neck of Percy Harris.
Low blow by Harris. Tony Orlando was behind Jones, didn't see the punch.
Harris is going to make it out of round 3 without a knockdown, it appears. So for the first time in the bout, Percy Harris stays upright for 3 full minutes against the brilliant young phenom, Roy Jones.
Jones appears to be having more trouble with his trunks than with his opponent so far.
He ain't gonna go from head to the shot to the head.
See how much punishment and take it?
Yeah.
Where we got to go? Okay. I want it this round. I want you to soften that body up. You can take a shot to the head, baby, okay? Okay? Hey, rest this out, though. Don't swallow it.
Come back up, man. I'll get that face.
All right, let me get that face.
You got to keep your hands up, baby. You want to keep your hands up.
It was up that round. No, yeah, better that time.
Here is Roy Jones in action, and we may be watching a star who is about to burst upon us all. I don't think I've seen anyone with this kind of potential since the young Ray Leonard.
Well, even the young Ray Leonard did not have the punching power that this kid has. Put his punches together, beautiful boxer, but this kid just seems to exude power with either hand.
Well, if he can take a punch like Ray Leonard and keep coming back at you, then we'll know we'll have something.
That remains to be seen.
Well, he just took a right hand from Percy Harris, which is by about an 80-mile margin the best punch in the bout for Harris. And Jones shook his head as if to say, no, you didn't hurt me. There's tenderness and swelling around Harris's right eye. Blood coming out of his mouth, although that appears for the moment to have been stopped.
Look how quick this kid is. Dangerous from any angle. Skips right in there.
And he's following his corner's instructions to go to the body as well.
Harris misses over the top with a left hook, and then follows Jones into the corner and gives him a 1-2 to the body. So it's becoming a little bit more of a boxing match for Roy Jones. If you look over his list of opponents, looking for a recognizable name, true boxing fans, super aficionados, will probably have heard of people like Jorge Castro, who went 10 rounds with Terry Norris, and also 10 rounds with Roy Jones. Or Jorge Vaca, a one-time opponent of Lloyd Hunnigan, for instance. But beyond that, there is not a recognizable name on the dossier.
As we said, Roy Jones has been the best kept secret in boxing. Remember, in 1988, when he was at the Olympics.
Only recently has he broken away from the guidance of his father. Big-time promoters and managers in the sport complained that his father was overprotecting him. And Roy Jones Sr. simply said, my goal is for the kid to win a championship, not for him to make all his money in the first 3 years in the ring.
Well, Harris is linked to fight another round, and he's doing all right here.
Left hook landed on Harris's chin, but it's not as powerful as the earlier left hook and right cross bombs that Jones has been throwing. That one wobbled Harris just a little bit. If there's any weakness at all, Gil, he doesn't look to me as though he commits to the jab very often. He could make it more effective.
Right, he just doesn't set guys up with that left hand, but with the power he has and the speed. And he's been so effective, I guess he feels he doesn't have to throw a snappy left jab.
Wobbled Harris again with a left hook there. Left and a right as he backs up and moves away from Harris. Another right cross. Harris in trouble again. Can Harris make it out around 4? Not without going down.
That's it.
And Tony Orlando has seen enough.
That's it, man. Good try.
So referee Tony Orlando calls a halt to what was 4 full rounds of sustained punishment meted out to Percy Harris by Roy Jones.
Sustained brilliance as well.
It was absolutely sustained brilliance. You have to remember that I saw Percy Harris's fight with Lamar Parks, who just recently fought for the middleweight championship, and it was a dead-even fight after 8 rounds. This kid is just so far superior skill-wise to anything I've seen in quite some time.
You didn't expect this to be a wipeout, Gil.
Absolutely not. Harris has been in again. He beat Thomas Tate, who just fought Julian Jackson for the championship in a very close fight, but he just seems to be head and shoulders above all the rest of these guys.
And he may have the kind of quickness that we may not find out whether he can take a punch for a few years.
Well, we'll be able to compare Jones's performance with later appearances this evening by Iran Barkley and James Toney. Here now, another look at Jones putting Percy Harris away.
Did you see those 3 left hooks after he landed that right hand? It's unbelievable.
That indeed was the clincher. Tripling up on the left hook at short range. Here you go.
There's that right hand. 1, 2, 3 left hooks, 4 left hooks. I counted wrong the first time.
It's a lot of punches to throw in a short period of time for a guy weighing 164 pounds.
The word is brilliant, Jim. Brilliant.
So we're looking at a potential all-time great, right?
Well, all-time great is a little bit in the distance. I mean, but right now he looks that way.
Let's go up to ring announcer Michael Buffer for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time comes at the end of the 4th round. The winner by knockout victory. And now his record, 20-0, 19 KOs, and he owns the WBC Continental America Super Middleweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, Roy Jones Jr.
156-pound light middleweight division, Roy Jones, the 19-year-old from Pensacola, Florida, who has been outstanding during the competition, going against Park Si-han of Korea, from Masan, Korea, located in the